live. Facebook made a change on June 10th. Oh, we are live anyway, so okay, so. All right. Hello, everyone. We're getting started.
You sure? You look dumbfounded.
No, it's Facebook was saying that for like the Great Collaboration Facebook page, there was some kind of something wrong and glitch, but we are good to go now. I just took that one off. So, man, it's been a while since we've gone live, though, Phil.
I know. How have you been? How are things?
I've been doing great. It's not like we haven't talked to each other since then, Phil. Let's not pretend for the camera. This isn't a false reality show.
I know, exactly.
No, but I'm excited. The last time that we did get together was we were going live was talking about the TGC event, which I mean we're gonna have to start doing again anyways because the next one's coming up next year in like 6 months.
Yep.
Not to put
a lot to unveil on that one, but more to come on that. I would say there's some pressing things that I would say are amiss right now, and and so yes, there will be another great collaboration. But there's been a lot of development over the last 2, 3, 4 months, and it's very exciting to talk about, to really get out there and let people know what is changing for the better, of course, and what people can look forward to in the future. So I'm excited. Here's my excited voice. Doesn't get any better than this.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. But I can actually tell. So to fill in the gap of everyone, now that we're having some people jump on and seeing things right now. The main focus that we're going to talk about today, like I said, we like to keep our lives brief, but is two things. Is one, just discussing the idea of scalability within the insurance industry and the struggles that most agents and agencies deal with to get there. And then number two is our solution for that. Just quite honestly, is Phil has and the team, we've been working on a platform called the Rise Producer Group. And really, that is our solution to helping agencies and agents scale efficiently, effectively, and also a lot bigger than they may have thought that they could using a non-traditional path to agency growth. So with that said, though, let me not get ahead of myself. Phil just asked the question starting off with, and then you can flip it back to me and I'll answer it as well. Is what do you see as the major issues with scalability in the insurance industry in general?
Well, what's interesting first is that, when you think about the industry experience that I bring to the table, it's 18 years of mostly wholesaling. So about 15 and a half of my, 18 years has been wholesaling, seeing how people design organizations and agencies and different types of structures that people use to ultimately go to market. So what I've done is I've test subject with myself. I built Valor about 2.5 years ago, and it's been a tremendous success. I have well over 200 plus licensed agents and growing. We're seeing some tremendous growth. California, Texas, Florida, to say the least. Those are just some big growth areas, but we're growing all over the place. And, what I found is that the value proposition that often goes to market is one of two things. One, you have some old guys in the industry who are sheer agency managers, and they don't want to deal with any new people. They only want experienced people. They don't want to scale. They want to work with who they want to work with, and that's it. On the flip side, you have multi-level marketing groups that bring in newbies, brand new people, and tell them they'll teach them the way, the dream, and the hope. And oftentimes you have some people who are successful, some people are very successful, but a lot of the times you see people walk away with a skewed version of this industry and a bad taste in their mouth, and they often walk away from it, and really doesn't help us who want to keep this as a noble profession. So where is it that you can find a medium between agency management, like the olden days? Career shops used to be around, and they would teach people, they would train people, they would coach them so they could serve their community, and marry that in with bringing new people in, being successful and growing from a scalability standpoint. That's a very big mar on the industry. And so where do you go from there? So the epiphany is that, with the scalability that I've achieved over the last 2.5 years of pretty aggressive growth, it's allowed me the opportunity to serve my community, locally, but also across the country. And the question is how do you take everything that I've learned and scale it and grow it? And that's where, the idea or the epiphany came into play for the Rise Partnership Program.
Well, I'm gonna cut you off there because I don't want you to get there yet. But we're gonna definitely jump into a little bit about how the Rise Producer Group Partnership Program. You're gonna hear a little bit. That's the same thing, just we're using different language on it. But is the idea of how that fits within the scalability model and the struggles that insurance agents have. So I'll just speak just a couple minutes from my end. I've been in the industry now for close to 15 years. Same, a little bit different side where I started in those network marketing companies. So I started in Primerica, then went to World Financial Group, then started my own agency with a business partner, then went into wholesale space. And then for the past 5 years, we've been a marketing agency helping other insurance agents and agents grow. And through that, the traditional path to scaling an insurance agent, there's always been 3 stages basically. So number 1 is you're a producer, personally producing, writing off your own pen, whatever business it is that you're doing. Then you move from a producer to a PGA, so a producing general agent, which means you usually have a few agents under you. You're doing split cases. You're still writing on your personal pen because you're not making enough money from just the team to make it where you don't have to do any personal production. And then the third and final stage that people get to within that agency growth model is managing general agent, where they are not doing personal production anymore. They're so focused as how they can help their agents produce more and better. And those are the 3 stages that we've seen. That's a traditional growth pattern. That's really one of the only growth patterns outside of some other very, very expensive ways to build a business in a quote unquote agency, which is going into the wholesale space as well. And that's a whole different ballgame. And really that's what we mean by non-traditional growth, is that's the traditional path to scaling an agency: producer, PGA to MGA. The problem with that model is even getting there, even from an MGA perspective, there are very, very few MGAs that are able to scale beyond any point of sometimes even like 10 agents, 15 agents, 20 agents, especially if they're doing a great job. That's where that network marketing model is completely flips on its head. Where there's MGAs and PGAs that are they have hundreds and hundreds of agents, sometimes thousands of agents. So the idea is that's what we've seen in the that's why there was air quotes there for a reason. But that's really what we've seen as one of the major issues, is that to get to the MGA position, I mean, you usually go through a income roller coaster where you're producing, you're making lots of money, and then all of a sudden you dip. Phil, you've had no experience with this at all. And then you dip because you stop producing because you want to spend time building the operations and recruiting and training and things like that. And then you're like, crap, I got to go make more money. So you go back into production, and then your business never gets get going. So that's where the scalability issue has come through. And that's really why the Rise Producer Group is the answer to that, is giving a blueprint to get from producer to producer general agent to a different path other than just a managing general agency owner. And that's really where the wholesale part of the industry comes in. But just to ask before we jump into the producer group, I mean, do you kind of see that as well, Phil, of like, that's the traditional path of, where most people, especially in your wholesale experience, because you've seen a lot of that. Is that really where you see the traditional path of where most agents go as, from a growth pattern and scalability within the insurance industry?
Yeah, it's really that, or they exit, because of the standpoint of they're not getting the proper training or the scalability that they were promised or looking for. So, what happens is that you have all these people who were promised the world, and then you got to put effort into it. And when you make something sound so sunshine and rainbows, this is a grind. I mean, my job here at Valor is harder than when I was a regional vice president. Much more rewarding. You meet a lot of people and a lot of opportunities. And so you are correct. Most of the industry, you start out personally writing. You got to prove that you can do it before you have people follow you. Then you get the small group, and then you grow to be more of an agency organization. But there are a lot of people who will stop after they hit their market, finish it, and then there's this lull. So, really, what is the path and trajectory that, people need to take to get to that next level?
Yep, I would agree with 100%. So with that said, let's talk about really quick what we mean by non-traditional agency. Because that's really going to explain really why the Rise producer group exists and why it got built out. But when I say that, like, how would you define that to everyone here when we say non-traditional agency?
So, when working at a carrier for so long, you get to see how the sausage is made. You get to see comp structures, build outs, the different ways people go to market, and ultimately, how can you feel that you put your own spin on that? And so, from a non-traditional standpoint, there's several ways you can actually go to market. To say, I don't have a dog. Do you have a dog?
I do have a dog. That
I couldn't
is
tell.
all me. No,
Yeah,
not at all.
but no. So, like, when you think about the ways that a non-traditional market could be, is could we help people scale their own sub agency? I've told people all the time, from my position, I don't want to be the field-facing person. I like to say, from a football standpoint, I'd rather be the Andy Reid calling the plays and let someone else be the Patrick Mahomes out there, the superstar that they are for their community. And a lot of people don't think that way. They want to be front and center. So there's a way that we can design and structure agency growth. There's also a way where you can wholesale to other organizations that may not have insurance as their primary focus. And also taking care of the independent agents who are new to the business and growing, but they don't want that, hierarchy type of structure. They just want to sell stuff. And so, there's several ways that you can go to market, but so many people are trying to find just one pigeonhole, and it's based on the organization that they're in, that they're instructed to do so. Our structure is a little bit more free-forming and opportune, and combining that in with the knowledge and information that I have about the industry, it just is a huge dovetail as to how you can take that to your community and build it the right way.
Yeah. And I agree with that 100%. And that's what I mean. Like, so what I'll do real quick is, non-traditional, actually, we already talked about the traditional path. And let me define agency as well. In my mind, the definition of an agency is really someone like that an agent goes to an agency and they fly their flag. Like, that's the brand that they are representing. And the non-traditional path is that what you mentioned, the sub agency, the sub IMO methodology, the wholesale space concept of you can have all the expertise, and like, you've been in the industry 5, 10, 15 years, whoever you are in the industry, and you have all this knowledge, skill, and understanding that you want to pass on. The only way that you're taught to do that right now is to build your own brand, build your own agency, and then try and get people to say, hey, I want to join that company. The other path that's non-traditional, that is that what we're really trying to open up, and that's why the Rise Producer Group exists, is to help people get into the wholesale side, where No, you don't have to build your own brand and get people to fly your own colors. You can talk to anyone in the industry and help them and give them knowledge. And the exchange of that is that you, for your knowledge, your skill, your support that you're offering, the tools, the technologies, and things like that, you're offering, well, what you're asking for is in exchange for all that is their contracts. And they can fly whatever flag that they want to, they can do whatever they want to. And that's really the that's an oversimplification of what that concept is, but that's the non-traditional path. And there are a lot of agents that want to give back to the industry because that's why our industry is so great. Is it's also why our industry is so bad as well. One of the greatest reasons our industry is awesome is because of people. One of the worst things about this industry is because of the people, um, as you very well know, Phil.
Yep.
But that's the idea of that non-traditional path is the wholesale side, where you don't have to get people to understand, to fly your flag and move their companies or things like that. Say, no, you say everything that you're doing. How would I just earn your contract? Like, what are you doing for life? What are you doing for annuities? What are you doing for health? What are you doing for Medicare? How's that support? Do you feel like you're getting good enough contracts, or have you done an audit on your contract? Like, those are all the value props of that side, and that's really what the Rise Producer Group is. And I'm probably stealing some of your thunder, Phil, but is the idea that we're looking for 10, 15, maybe 20 people tops that have that passion, have the knowledge, have the skill, have the within the industry that want to share and give that knowledge to other people and want to do it in that non-traditional way. And that's what the Rise Producer Group really is at its core, is finding those 5, 10, 15, 20 people that have the passion to do that. So with that said, though, Phil, on your end, like, those people, like, define, like, why are you excited for those type of people, and what is that going to do for not only them but for the industry as well?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is that, again, using the knowledge and expertise that I've had over the 18 years, building scale, building scope, and opportunity for people to grow their business. I've learned a lot. I know a lot from the industry side, and it's time to stop holding it in and start working in a group. So let's say you've got individual efforts. The individual efforts can only go so far. The Rise Producer Group, the opportunity is that I'm going to take 10, 15, 20 people across the country and make it more exclusive. So there's an opportunity for a deep dive, for a way to help them scale and grow in their respective areas from a wholesale agency building structure side that allows them the ability to create a community, a growth strategy that's beyond what they could do currently. And so the idea is that if I can do it, I can help other people do it. You get into this communal bubble and ultimately share the same message. And that's part of the acronym for RISE, which we'll talk about next Thursday on November 21st, is what it actually means. But rising tides raise all ships. If we work together, we're going to be better together than we are apart. And I'm willing to share, go above and beyond to help these Rise partners be as successful as possible, and ultimately grow the pie, make this industry a noble profession again, and leave a mark on it that's truly unbelievable. And that's the whole goal of the Rise Partnership Program. So it's definitely something that I feel will resonate with agents who want to take that next level, who want to train, teach, coach, grow. And I'll be 1,000% honest. When I first started as an agency manager, organization, whatever you want to call it, one of the hardest things I ever did was realize how important it is that marketing is. And, it's not cheap. It's not cheap when you are trying to invest in your brand. They say time is money. You got to spend money to make money. All of that fun stuff is 1,000% true. But when you figure out a process and an opportunity to take those little nuggets and different things that maybe I paid a premium for to find the answers. Other people who are looking to partner and grow and rise together have that ability to take care of that partnership together and really make something extraordinary.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. So, I mean, on that note, we don't want to stick around for too much longer. The whole idea is where we talk a little bit about scalability issues within the industry. We talked about the traditional path. We talked about the non-traditional path, and you beat me to it, Phil. Um, and we're hosting a webinar next week to talk about what that platform looks like and answer those questions. Because, like I said, we are looking for people that have a passion for the industry, want to give back, want to train and teach other people, but don't want to waste all their resources trying to figure out how to build their branded agency and what that looks like. We literally have a blueprint already set up because, between Phil, myself, the people that are on the team, we've been there, done that, got the T-shirt, and we want to now give it to somebody else. So that's really what the focus is, and we're really excited to be able to do that. So if you're seeing this and you're checking it out, go to that page and register for the event next week. This will be a webinar we're doing. This is not a recording, and everyone is this is not for everyone either. So you'll see very quickly in the information. Like I said, right now, if you're the type of agent that wants to give back to the community, wants a non-traditional path to be able to get to agency growth, then this is for you. But after that, you'll see very quickly that we are not taking just anybody. So there's going to be an individual interview process afterwards as well to make sure that you're qualified for this type of not role. Role is not the right term because we're not hiring you. We're offering you a platform that can help you grow and be able to give back. So we're excited for it. It's going to be next week, Thursday. There's the registration. If you have any other questions, let me know. Let me know. Let Phil know. I don't care. Don't talk to me. Talk
Let all
to
of
Phil.
us know.
Absolutely. No, we're excited about it. So any closing thoughts real quick or wrap up before the weekend?
No, I mean, it's game time, man.
It's Friday. It's Friday at 11 o'clock Central Time. Like this is like closing time for most agents and advisors.
Not me, man. I got appointments till tonight, so it's like I said, it's all about growth and opportunity. And this is like that Willy Wonka golden ticket opportunity where you'll find the value proposition for all of us to win together is going to be tremendous. We're going to see some exponential growth next year. So I would say get in while the getting's good. So with that, Nathan, I'd like to say thank you as always. Cheap shameless plug for you being my marketing arm because I suck at marketing. But if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be where we're at. So thank you for that. And for those who are going to watch this replay, this 24-minute replay, I thank you for your diligence for making it this far. And, we look forward to
skipping ahead.
Skip ahead, yeah. But needless to say, we look forward to next week. This is the start of what's going to be something extremely tremendous. And I don't take those words lightly. I don't like losing. And we're going to see a very, very great 25 and beyond. So I'm just looking for the right partners to do it with. So
perfect. Well, Phil, I appreciate the time too. Everyone here, have a great rest of the day. Phil, you too, have a wonderful weekend. And we'll catch you on the webinar next week then.
See you, buddy.
Catch you later.